Hey guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Today I am here with a new blank mini album, super easy tutorial. So let's take a look. So welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be making together a new blank interactive book. This is an 8x7 super easy book using my easy hinge system, and I do have a PDF cutting guide if you want to follow along with that. It is the volume 3 of the 8x7, and I'm going to have it linked below. But right now we're just gonna do a quick walkthrough and get right into making these books. So before we continue with our tutorial, I want to share with you some really exciting news, which is that I have designed my very own crafty tote bag, and I am super excited to share this with you. So I am someone who always loves to craft on the go every free minute that I have. Sometimes I come from work to pick up the girls and I'm just sitting in the car for half an hour waiting, and I always like to have some crafty things with me to craft in the car. And I always struggle having the perfect crafting tote bag because everything is always out of place and the bag becomes really heavy and hard to carry. So I designed my own I'd rather be crafting bag, and it's very durable. It is super easy to carry. It has these really nice leather straps that you can use to hold, and it won't hurt your hands or anything like that. And I made it big enough to hold your 12x12 paper collections. You can hold your scoreboard in here, and it's just so super fun and practical. I also love the colors because it can match any outfit. I wanted to make it very neutral. You can also take with you on trips, road trips, and let me give you a quick look at it. So over here on the front we have a very large pocket, so you can put your phone, your wallet, all your things here that you want to take with you on the go if you only wanted to take this bag. We also have here a pocket where you can put some of your crafting tools. On the inside of this bag we have two sections, and this one is padded, so if you like to take your laptop with you, you can also take it here. It is quite large and expandable, and it has this nice leather base, so it won't get dirty or anything like that. Easy cleaning. Also on the inside I have another pocket here. You guys can see that, another pocket, so you can put like scissors, you know, bigger things, so you just kind of want to have tacked there on the side. I'm gonna do a separate video showing you how I pack my crafty bag. Here on the back we have these straps, so if you are to take this with you on a trip, if you're going to a retreat or anything like that, you can easily put it on your luggage, you know, you carry on, and it's out of your hand. It also has this really large strap so you can hang it and easily take it with you on the go. So super excited for this bag. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. These are gonna be available on the website this Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so make sure that you mark your calendars and make sure to grab one because I have a very limited amount of these bags. And if you have somebody that loves to craft in your life, this will be a really beautiful Christmas present as well. So super nice quality tote bag that can carry a little bit more weight than the regular canvas tote bags. So I love how this turned out. Hope you guys like it as well. And now let's continue with our tutorial. The book measures 8x7, and we have 4 signature pages using the easy hinge system. On page 1 we have a gatefold opening here, and then also a opening flap page. And then here on page number 2, which is the back, we have a little pocket right over here, and this opens up like this, and then we have an accordion fold on this other side. On the next page we have a double belly band or double closure here, and we have just a simple photo mat, and then these two open up and down, so we have another set of accordion folds, and then when you close that you have the belly band on the top and the pocket on the bottom that just kind of locks everything. On the next page, this section opens up, and then back here we have 2 opening pages, and then over here we have another opening, opens up and down, another accordion fold, and then just a large area for a picture back there. The next page just opens to the side and to the side here again. On the back we have this other small area here and another accordion fold. This opens to the side and opens to the side again. On the next page we have an easel opening, so that opens up like that, and then of course you can still open this back here, and this is a pocket and places for pictures there on the back. I just love these easel pages. And on the last page this opens up and it opens down. So super fun and easy layouts, but also a little bit interactive as well. So let's make it together. So we are going to start with our chipboard. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces at 8 by 7. So I'm doing 7, and this is going to be by 8. And I'm gonna cut this one here again. So 7 by 8. And then we're going to cut 1 piece at 8 by 3, and this is going to be for the spine. Okay, and I'm going to just save these pieces and put these to the side. And then we are going to be using some lightweight cardstock. I'm going to be making the whole book on lightweight cardstock here. So I'm using 65 pounds, and I always get the Recollections brand. I quite like that cardstock here. So I'm going to be joining 3 pieces right here. So I'm just gonna add my glue, and I'm gonna put that right there and add the glue and join this together here. And then we are going to be gluing our pieces. So I'm gonna start with the spine. Just gonna add some glue, okay, and place that right there. And then we're going to add the 2 side pieces, and we're gonna leave a little space in between these 2. Okay, so we're just gonna put that one by there and add the glue here. And we're gonna place this right here. Okay, so again, leaving a space between the 2 pieces. Then I'm going to just cut all of these extra, and you want to cut at an angle on the corners. I'm gonna make this one shorter too. So let me cut this side, and you only want about 1 inch all the way around. Okay, so we're gonna cut. And cut the corners. And so when you cut your corners out, you want to leave a little space between where you're cutting and the chipboard. Okay. Then we're going to be using some double-sided tape. I'm just going to put my tape all around the sides. Okay, so here, add another piece, press down, and I'm just gonna put a couple pieces here on the sides. There we go, and press down. And so then I'm just going to start folding my cardstock. So we're just gonna slowly press down, okay, and then I'm just going to press down here, and we're going to remove the tape and fold, okay. And then when you press down here, you want to score on these gaps right there, and then also on the corner here, just go around the chipboard on both sides. And so we're gonna do the same on the other side. So I'm just gonna fold this up and press down, and then we're going to remove the tape and fold, okay, and again go around the chipboard here on the corners, and then we're going to fold this side, press down and remove the tape and press down, and then we're going to do the same over on this side, fold and press down, and then we're just going to remove the tape, and there we go. Now for my spine, I'm going to cut another piece of cardstock, sorry, and so we are going to, let me take this one here, we're going to cut these at 6 by 7 3/4. So let me go ahead and cut, and we're going to glue these on the spine here. So let's just put these to the side, and I like to add glue next to these gap lines, okay. Just gonna add the glue, and then you want to add your glue all around, okay. And we're gonna put this piece right at the center and press down, okay. So we're just going to press down and let this here dry. There we go. And then we're going to score along the bending lines, okay. So you're going to just go ahead and score where you have your gaps, and you're going to bend. And as you fold this up, you want to score and push that cardstock into that void space, okay. Here you go. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So I'm just going to score so we have a nice clean line, and then we're just gonna fold and push that cardstock in, and there we go. And we are going to cut 2 pieces. Let me put this to the side. So we're gonna cut 2 pieces at 6 3/4 by 7 3/4, okay. So 6 3/4 by 7 3/4, and we're going to glue these 2 pieces over here. So I'm just going to add my glue, and we're gonna put one on each side, okay, and then the same over here. So I'm just gonna add my glue, and add this piece here, Okay. And there you go. Now we are going to be working on the base pages. Okay, so for the base pages, we are going to cut 4 pieces at 7 1/4 by 7 3/4. Okay, so that's 2, and we're gonna do 2 more of those. So again, 7 1/4 by 7 3/4. Okay, and then we're going to score these pieces along the 7 1/4. We're going to score at 3/4 inches, and we're going to score at 1 1/4. Okay, and we are going to do the same here for all of these, and we're going to fold along the score lines, and I'm just gonna put those here to the side. Okay, so fold along the score lines, fold along the score lines here, and the last one here. Okay, so those are gonna be the base pages. And then we're going to start working on each one of these. So we're going to call this page 1, page 2, and so on. So we are going to start with page number 1. So for page 1, I'm going to cut 1 piece at 6 1/2 by 7 3/4, and I'm going to score along the 6 1/2. We're going to score at 1/2 inch and fold along the score line, and we're gonna bring our first page, and I'm going to glue this piece here on the right side of the page. So I'm just gonna grab my glue and add this here on the right side and press down. Then I'm going to cut 2 pieces, and I'm just gonna use, I think my scraps should be okay. Let's see. So I want these 2 pieces to be 3 1/2. So I'm just gonna cut this at 3 1/2 by 7 3/4, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 3 1/2. Okay, so I'm just gonna score here, and we're going to fold along the score lines and fold, and we're going to bring back our page and add these pieces. So we're gonna add 1 on each side on this flap that we just made. So I'm just gonna press down, and we're going to add the other one. Okay, and add these here on the other side. Okay, so we have a gatefold page, and so over here this is going to open like a gatefold, and then it's also going to open to the right. And now we're gonna work on page number 2. So for page 2, I'm going to cut 1 piece at 7 3/4, and this is going to be by 11, and I'm going to score along the 11 inches. I'm going to score at 5 1/4 and at 10 1/2, and we're going to fold along the score lines. Okay, and this is going to be an accordion fold. We're gonna put this one on the left side. Okay, so I'm just gonna add some glue, and I'm gonna put this right here and press down. And then I'm going to grab another piece, and this one is going to be 4.5. Let me do this here, by 7 3/4 here as well. And I'm going to score at 1/2 inch along the 4.5 and fold. And we're going to glue this one on the other side. So I'm just gonna add my glue, and it's gonna go on the other side here on the same page. Okay, and we're going to press down. Okay, so then this is going to open to the side. Let me just press down here, and then on the other side we're gonna have the accordion fold. Now I also want to do a small pocket, so I'm going to cut a piece here at 5 inches by 3.5, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch on 3 sides. Okay, so 1/2 inch, and then 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch here. And we're going to cut the corners and folds along the score lines. So this is going to be a pocket that's going to go on this flap right there. Okay, so we're just gonna glue this piece here, and I'm gonna add the glue, and we're gonna put that right there and press down. Okay, so that's gonna be page number 2. Now we're gonna work on page number 3. So for this next page, I am going to cut 2 pieces at 6. Okay, and I'm gonna do this by 10.5. Okay, so same with the other one, 6 by 10.5, and we're going to score along the 10.5. We are going to score at 5 and at 10. Okay, so again 5 and 10, and we're going to fold along the score line. So these are also going to be accordion folds. Okay, so 1 and 2, and we are going to glue these 2 pieces along the top and the bottom. Okay, so we're on the next page here on the front, so these are gonna go up right here, one on the top, and this one along the bottom here of the page, and press down. Okay, now we are going to open these 2. These are gonna be accordion folds. Just gonna press down here, press down, and then I'm going to close the one on the bottom first and the other one along the top. And I'm going to also cut 1 piece. This one is going to be 7 by 3. Okay, and then I'm going to do another one at 7 by 2. Okay, and we are going to score the first one 7 by 3. We're gonna score at 1/2 inch on 3 sides, so 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. And the second one, we're only going to score along the 7 inches at 1/2 inch and at 6.5. And we're going to fold along the score lines, And then the other one, we're gonna cut the corners. This is going to be a pocket here, so we're just gonna fold and fold and fold. Then we're going to bring back our page, and I'm going to glue the pocket along the bottom here. So we are going to add the glue on the 3 sides and just place that right here. Press down, and then the other one, I'm gonna place it at the center of the top piece. Okay, so I'm just gonna add the glue on these 2 sides. So we're gonna have a belly band on the top and a pocket on the bottom. Let me just fix this here, make sure it's going straight. Press down. Okay, and then I'm going to cut a piece here. I'm gonna cut these at 5.5 by 7. Okay, so we're gonna do 5.5 by 7. We can do 7 or 7.5, and we are going to add this piece through the belly band and through the pocket, and that's gonna be a fun closure for this page. So when you take that out, now you have your double opening accordion folds, and then this can just close everything here. And that's gonna be page number 3. So now we're gonna work on the back. So for the next page, we are going to cut one piece at 5.5 by 8, and we are going to score along the 8 inches at 1/2 inch, and we are going to fold along the score lines, and we are going to glue this piece along the top of the page. So I'm just gonna center these right there and press down. Okay, then we are going to cut 2 more pieces, and these ones are going to be 7. I'm gonna do 7 by 5.5. I'm just gonna do 5.5, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 5.5. Okay, so we're just gonna score and score, and then we're going to fold along the score lines here, and we are going to glue these 2 pieces on the inside. So I'm gonna open this up, and I am going to add my glue, and I'm going to put those up here, and I'm just going to center and press down, open that up, and we're going to add this other one on the other side. Okay, so we're on the back of that top piece, and now this is gonna open and open, and then close this up, and I'm going to cut another page here, and this one is going to be 6. We're gonna do 6 by 8.5, and we're going to score along the 8.5. I'm going to score at 4 and at 8, and we're going to fold along the score lines. Now I'm going to open these up, and we're going to glue this piece here along the bottom of the page. Okay, so that's gonna go right in here, and I want this to look like a pocket, but this is actually gonna be a foldable. And then we have this here on the back, and all of that closes, and that is going to be your page number 4. So for page number 5, I'm going to cut 2 pieces at 6 1/4 by 7 3/4, and we're just going to score these at 1/2 inch along the 6 1/4. So we're just gonna do half and half, and we're going to fold along the score lines. And let me bring the next page here, and we're going to add 1 on each side. Okay, so we're just gonna add, and I'm going to place this one here. Okay, so you want to place it next to that score line, and then we're going to open that up and add the other on the other side. Okay, and we're just going to put that right here and press down. Okay, so that's going to be page number 5. So for page number 6, I'm going to use one piece, cut one piece at 4 by 8 1/2, and we're going to score along the 8 1/2 at 4 and at 8. Then I'm going to cut another piece, and this one is going to be 4 1/2 by 4. Okay, so then we're going to score along the 4 1/2. We're going to score at 1/2 inch and press down. So now I'm going to bring my page, and I'm going to add this piece first here on the left side. Okay, so we're just going to add some glue and place that and press down. Okay, and then I'm going to fold the other piece, okay, along the score lines, and I'm going to glue these along the top of this other page here. So I'm just gonna add my glue and add this here along the top. Now it's kind of hard to see when we're working with the black cardstock, so that's just gonna go right there. And this is going to be an accordion fold, but for the other side I'm going to cut another piece, and I have some scraps here, so I'm gonna use these leftover, and this is going to be 7 3/4 by 5. Okay, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 5 inches and fold, and I'm going to add this one on the other side. Okay, so we're just gonna add the glue and add this here and press down, and there you go. So that is gonna be pages 5 and 6. And now we're gonna work on page 7. So for page 7, I'm going to cut first one piece at 7 by 4 1/4, and we're going to make this into a pocket. So I'm going to score along the 7 at 1/2 inch and at 6 1/2, and along the 4 1/4 I'm going to score at 1/2 inch, and we are going to cut the corners and fold along the score lines. And then we're going to bring back the page, and I'm going to put this pocket here along the bottom of the page. Okay, so we're just gonna add the glue, and that's gonna go right here, and press down. Okay, then I'm going to cut, we're gonna cut a piece at 6 inches by 8 1/4, and we're going to cut another piece at 6 inches by 7 3/4, and the piece that is 8 1/4, we are going to score at 1/2 inch, and I'm going to also score this at 4 1/4. Okay, so 1/2 inch and 4 1/4, and we're going to fold along the score lines, and we're going to glue this piece here along the top of the page. Okay, and add this piece, press down, and then this is going to be an easel page, and here on the front panel we are going to glue that other piece that we cut at 6 by 7 3/4. So I'm just going to add my glue here. Okay, so from that score line to the bottom, we're gonna add the glue, and then just place this piece right on top, press down, and then again this is gonna fold and be our easel page. And now we're gonna work on the last page, and so for this page I'm going to cut 2 pieces at 5 by 8. Okay, so let me just make sure this is 5 here, and we're going to score along the 8 inches. We're going to score at 1/2 inch. Okay, so we're just gonna score at 1/2 inch and score here at 1/2 inch. I don't know what happened. I'm just gonna fix this really quick. There we go. And I'm gonna score at 1/2 inch and fold, and then these two are just simply going to go along the top and bottom of this page. Okay, so that's gonna go up right there. Okay, so press down, and then we're gonna open that up, and we're going to add the glue and add this piece along the bottom, and there we go. And so there you go, those are gonna be all the pages, and now we're gonna be adding these to our book. Now before I start adding my pages, I'm going to grab the last page, and just for the last page only, I'm going to reduce this 3/4 inch section. I'm gonna cut this one a little bit smaller because I want my pages to be centered within the spine. So I'm going to take maybe about 1/4 inch out. Okay, and that way I'll have more of an even spacing on the front as well. Okay, so we're gonna start adding our pages. So I'm gonna start with the last page here, and we are going to glue this section. So this is the one that we just reduced. So I want to say it's about 1/2 inch, maybe just a little bit bigger than that. And we are going to add the glue, and this is going to go right next to that back score line. Okay, just because I don't want to go too close to that score line, I don't want my spacing to be too big, that's why I reduce the size here. Okay, so press down, and now we're gonna lay that flat, and we're just gonna continue adding the other pages. So I'm just gonna add my glue over here, and this is gonna go right next to my page. Press down. Okay, and then add the next one here again. So add the glue on the 3/4 inch section, and that's gonna go right here. Press down, and we're gonna add the first page. Okay, so this is the one that needs to go tuck in the pocket right there, and add the first page here. Okay, and I'm just gonna place this one there and press down. And so there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that you enjoy making this book with me. I'm gonna let Nini say hi because I have done this outro like 3 times and she keeps jumping on the table. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoy making the book with me, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.